Hey guys, Brandon Poole here, agronomist with Concept AgriTek. I'm out in the wheat field today here. It's the first week of February. Wanted to touch base and kind of reach out with some ideas and thoughts on the winter wheat crop as I've been passing through the state of North Carolina the past week and a half looking at wheat crop in various stages and growth. And I wanted to take a minute and talk about at this time of year, late January, early February, what can we do with our wheat crop? How do we manage that crop going forward into the spring? One of the first things that we really want to get out there and do this time of year is figure out how many tillers that we have per square foot out in the field. Tillers are going to be our main driver or benchmark of our yield potential for this crop. This time of year, if we're running low on tiller counts, we're down below 100 tillers per square foot. That's when we start thinking about, do we have potential to set spring tiller? And it's going based on what our tiller count is as to how aggressive we are with trying to push that spring tillering. Because the last thing we actually want to do with this crop is push it too far, especially if we're borderline of having enough tillers out there to get a lot of rank growth on the crop, put us in a position where if we get a late freeze, late cold snap, snowfall, those kind of things where we actually can set ourselves back a little bit, get some winter kill going on. And the other thing that we really want to be doing this time of year before we decide on doing anything as far as a fertility program is to get out here, do a tissue sample on this crop and see where our nutrient levels are. So that gives us a good baseline with the tiller count and the nutrients that are in the plants from that tissue sample. Gives us a good starting place to really look at our fertility, especially if we're going to come out into the field. We're going to do an early application the first dry day that we get where we can get across the field. Our wheat's a little yellow looking, those kind of things. With that tissue sample and those tiller counts, we can really balance out how much fertility do we need to make in this first shot when we come out into the field. You look behind me here, the sprayer's actually gone through this field about 30 minutes ago. And that was made off decisions that we did last week. We did tiller counts, we did tissue sampling, and it gave us an opportunity to see that we were trending a little low on nitrogen in the plant. Which we could probably see just riding by it, didn't have that nice dark green color to it. But the other things that we were able to pick up on was, that our sulfur was trending down and our potassium was really low in these plants. I blame a lot of that's probably on the cold weather, but in order to keep these plants from going into a stressful situation, we were able to actually kind of custom mix something to go out on this crop, maybe a little different than what the standard recommendations are, right? So if we're just basing a nitrogen rate based off of tiller counts, we were able to kind of tweak that a little bit from the standard protocol of, say, 30 pounds of nitrogen is all you need if you're just trying to add more tillers, or 50 pounds of nitrogen if you're really low on tiller counts. So knowing your tiller counts, as well as kind of the fertility basis of where that crop is really going to help us moving forward into the season as we get closer to that final top dress time. Once we're getting into the early March, mid-March time frame, we're going to make that final application. That's another point where we're going to want to take those tissue samples, see where our tiller counts are, see what our yield potential of this crop is so that we can fertilize it appropriately ahead of time and not try to play catch up as the season progresses. Feel free to reach out to any of the Concept AgriTek team. If you have questions about doing tiller counts, what tiller counts should I be looking for this time of year? As well as looking at those tissue sample results and kind of we can help you come up with a game plan to move forward with your crop.